Hello and welcome to another DC Corner. This is Ed Garrett for TMStash.com welcoming you. We're going to take a quick look at some of my favorite books from last week in the DC universe and also take a look ahead to next New Comic Book Day on Wednesday, November the 12th. Now first let's start with Superman Unchained number 9. This was the much anticipated finale to a fantastic miniseries by Scott Snyder and Jim Lee. This certainly delivered on everything you could have hoped for and more. If you haven't gotten this one or if you haven't collected the series, go back and get it. You'll wish you did. We get to see sort of the finale of what we've been building up to between Superman and Wraith. We also see a parallel storyline concluding with young Clark and the nosy neighbor Mr. Colder, who was threatening to reveal his secret to the world. And you also get to see what Lex Luthor's analysis of Superman turns out to be. And I really liked how he looked at the way that Superman is leading the world or somehow not leading the world up to Lex's expectations, but it's a great commentary that's thrown in the middle of this issue. Everything's there. The artwork is fantastic. The storyline is great. There is nothing wrong with this issue. Go get it. Future's End number 27. We find Lois and Cal, who we all now is Tim Drake, talking about the message that Red Arrow sent. And it leaves some special coordinates, causing Lois to have to take a literal leap of faith. We'll see how that turns out as we go through future issues here. Meanwhile, Tim is very worried about his now ex-girlfriend Madison Payne and trying to find out what happened to her. Those who read last issue, Futures End 26, know that Madison Payne is in a world of trouble right now. Tim's not yet aware of just how much trouble that is. Meanwhile, Green Arrow and Big Barda and all the other folks are planning their assault on Cadmus Island. And the Batman Beyond of 35 years from now is finally meeting the Batman of 5 years from now. And you can guess how pleasant a meeting that'll turn out to be. And that will spill over into next issue. This is a great series. Don't miss out on this thing. You can still jump in and catch up fairly quickly. But it's worth taking a look at. Earth 2 has 2 books that came out this week. The regular Earth 2 is more a backstory on the different Furies that you're seeing coming out of the fire pits. And it's good to learn that. It's not absolutely necessary to catch up to World's End, but it's a good one if you want some backstory. Earth 2 World's End number 5 brings all the world's elementals together. Trying to stop Alan Scott and Solomon Grundy from fighting so that they can actually work together, believe it or not, with the other elementals there because they realize there's a threat that's bigger than all of them combined. Now, Jimmy Olsen has some good news and some bad news. The good news, of course, is his connection to Mother Box. We're going to spoil the other one, so when I wave again, you can come back if you don't want to hear this. Bad news is he's told he's going to die today. Okay, you can come back now. We'll see how that plays out. Meanwhile, there's also one more wonder we're finding out may still be alive. We've been swerved on this before, but I'm sure next issue will tell us a lot more. Detective number 36 gives us the conclusion of the 2-part story of the mystery plane that landed with everybody on board already dead. This one is by Benjamin Percy and John Paul Leon. There was a terrible biologic weapon, only one potential cure, and Batman's got to try to find that cure before a lot of people, including himself, die. It's a well-written story. It's a great 2-parter. I'm sure we'll see some other things coming back next issue when we get the regular team of Brian Buccellato and Francis Manipool back on there, but it was a nice 2-part story. Gotham Academy number 2. It's a Bat book unlike any other Bat book that's out there, and it's very entertaining. We're still finding out a little bit about Olive Silverlock, but she still can't remember what happened last summer. What she can do is to get the clues out of a copy of the Diary of Millie Jane Cobblepot, and she stumbles upon the Order of the Bat. This is a great story. Becky Cloonan and Brendan Fletcher are writing this. Like I said, nothing like any other Bat book out there, but it's got the creativity and the energy that we've been seeing in a lot of indie books of late, and haven't seen in as many DC books or Marvel books as we would like, and now they're sort of coming and stepping up to the plate. I really like this series. Okay, let's take a look ahead to next week. I got to put in a plug first for Justice League United, simply because they have brought back the Legion of Superheroes. And I'm an old fan of the Legion that goes back to the Jim Shooter days. I'm really glad to see them here. We're still going to see big battles between them and the JLU because The Legion is coming from an era in which Ultra the multi-alien has grown up and turned into Infinitus, has basically destroyed everything. So they've come back to stop the threat. The Justice League United only knows this small child named Ultra who is innocent and hasn't developed into any kind of evil yet. So there's big battles ahead. Batman 36 continues Endgame, and if you didn't catch the first issue of this, it's a powerhouse. This one will knock you off your feet. So do catch this one. Batgirl number 36 continues with the new team. I love the artwork. There were some things in the characterization of Barbara Gordon in their first issue, which was issue 35, that I wasn't as thrilled with, but I'm still giving it a shot. And like I said, the artwork is amazing. Batman Eternal 32. We've got Earth 2 World's End. And also another Earth 2 book, which is World's Finest, that instead of taking on Power Girl and Huntress, goes back in time on Earth 2 to a young Clark Kent and a young Bruce Wayne being protected by that world's first Wonder Woman of Earth 2. That ought to be pretty cool. Green Lantern Corps number 36 is also out there, continuing the Godhead storyline. Looks like a great week from DC Comics, and we're looking forward to what will come out of that. Later tonight, you'll get our full Comics Week in Review, where we look at all the indies as well as DC and Marvel. And please don't miss that one. And of course, we'll be back next week with another DC Corner. Until then, we'll catch you around. Thanks.